What is happening, people, and welcome to today's video where I'm actually nervous. And the reason why I'm nervous is because today I'm going to try something that I have never tried before, because this video is going to be a follow-along sandbag session. This is kind of like my idea of like follow-along step aerobics like people used to do, except it's with sandbags and a lot harder because this is the Saturday Sandbag Savage Session Part 2. This is the second one, all right? So what's gonna happen here is at first, I'm gonna give you the workout. So if you wanna go off on your own and go get it done, you can feel free to do that. However, if you do want the experience of sitting in here and training with me, suffering in silence, since we can't put music on here, otherwise YouTube will rip it down. But I am gonna be completing the workout right beside you, coaching you through the entire thing. And if I'm honest, the second reason why I'm nervous is because this is gonna be pretty brutal, and I honestly don't know that I am going to make it through it successfully. However, if you are not a little bit nervous prior to your training session, then it is highly unlikely that you are pushing yourself far enough outside your comfort zone to actually adapt and change your body. So think about that next time you go to the gym. If you're not a little bit nervous, you probably want to push a little harder. All right, so for this workout, you're going to need a clock to look at, and you're gonna be starting at the top of every minute, so it's gonna be somewhere that you can see it. Secondly, you're gonna need a sandbag, obviously, since that's what the video is about. Now, for the weight of the sandbag, I would recommend as close to body weight as possible. However, this one is going to be a smoker, so you might want to lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to be using a 185-pound bag, because last 2 weeks I've had Lyme complications again, and I'm back on antibiotics and my body feels like trash, but I'm pushing myself and I'm kind of going at a stretch for weight. I know I could do this with like a 150-pound bag, but I'm gonna push those limits just so I know really what the suck feels like. I would encourage you to do the same. All right, so that's it. If you are not gonna play, it is time for you to move on. Thank you very much for the time. Thanks for the attention, and I will catch you later. But if you are going to stay, you are going to get a ton of motivation, tips, tricks, all types of stuff. What my mind is going through while we're doing this, so that hopefully you get an idea of how to speak to yourself, and I'm just gonna look like a fool yelling inside of an empty gym at a stupid camera. And just one more thing before we go. Sometimes, before a really hard workout that I don't know if I'm gonna make it through, I try to dedicate the work to somebody that I care very, very much about in my life, but they have absolutely no way that they could actually push their bodies in this sort of way, whether they can't physically, they can't mentally, they can't do it, they have some sort of problem, they have some sort of medical issue, whatever the case may be, but they have the heart, they have the will, they would love to push themselves like that, because this is a gift that you're about ready to receive. All right, so this is gonna get hard, and when it gets hard, you're gonna need to go somewhere, and this is gonna be your why. So figure out your why, decide who that's going to be, and keep them in your mind why you're doing this, because this is for them. It's not about you. Don't act like a victim. Let's get better. Let's go. By the way, this one is for my mama, who unfortunately suffers from Parkinson's disease, but she is one of the toughest people I know. So I love you, Ma. This is for you. All right, hopefully you can see the clock, but if you can't, you're gonna be able to hear it. We got 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, you got 1 rep. All right, so look, there's 1, all right? This is going to get to a point where you're going to want to quit. At some point during this workout, you are going to want to quit. The important thing is that you're gonna go 1 more minute than you think you can actually do. So if you can get to 5 and you think you're done, try minute 6. See if you can get through it. Once you're done minute 6, make another decision, but do not give up before you're actually into the set. Got about 30 seconds left. Just stay calm. Try to bring your sympathetic nervous system up when you're about ready to do the motions, and then try to bring it back down through your breathing and just staying calm between your sets. When it gets to about 10 seconds left, I kind of go somewhere else in my head, and I'm gonna be talking to the camera less and less as this goes on. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Minute 2 down. You guys have all seen me wear the shirts that say "Suffer Beautifully." It's one of the best things I ever came up with for this entire channel. And the thing is that pain is life, right? Like, you're always gonna be facing pain throughout life, whether it be physical pain, emotional pain, whatever the case may be, pain is reality, but suffering is not. So no matter 30 seconds left, no matter what is going on in your life, this is a pain that you get to choose, and what a blessing that is, all right? to challenge your body in a way that other people would die to use is a gift that we all overlook, all right? Figure it out. We got 13 seconds. 10, 3 reps. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's 3. Look, if you guys are gonna be using chalk, which I would highly recommend, you see me bend over, I'm getting chalk. The most important place with sandbags to put chalk is right here on the heel of your hand there. That is where you're mainly gonna be using the traction and getting purchase on the bag for sandbags. Do your whole hand, this is gonna matter, but if it won't stick anywhere because you're too sweaty, get the heels. 20 seconds left. Think about who you want to be. Don't think about how you can perform right now. Perform like the person that you want to be. Fake it till you make it, people. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 4. Floor, I'm starting to feel it. Floor, I'm starting to feel it. At some point in this, like I said, you're gonna wanna quit. When that happens, I want you to think about what you're showing on your face, all right? Because if you show agony, you're gonna feel agony. You wanna be thinking there's no place in the world I would rather be than right here challenging myself in this way. 20 seconds left. Chalk your hands if you need to. Talking's gonna become less and less. 10 seconds. 5 reps. 2, 1, let's go. That's 5, we're halfway through. I don't know that I'll make it, but I'm gonna go as far as I can. I'm gonna stay with you, and I'm gonna keep working the whole time. So if you can't make it, just continue working the whole time. Just keep moving, be with everyone else who's doing this right now. 20 seconds. Coming up with 6 reps. In 10. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, 36 seconds left. And the minute's getting shorter, and it feels like there's less and less oxygen in the room. That's all right. We're here to suffer, people. If it was easy, everyone would do it. 15 seconds to 7 reps. 10. 3, 2, 1. Starting to get to a little bit of failure here. That's all right. It's all right, we got 8. 4 and 4. 10 seconds. 3, 1. Ten seconds till 9. I got one more. All right, I feel an 8. I hope all of you are still going. I'm gonna keep pushing. Went a little heavy on the back. Gonna finish 10 minutes with you. Or if we're still going. I just hit muscle failure. Always go before you're ready. My butt's so shut. Last minute coming up. Hang in there, keep moving. Do not go home regretting, wishing you would have worked harder. Give it all. 38 seconds. Give it. $20. $10. That's time. I'm gonna talk to you in a second. All right, so I made it through 8 rounds. The last rep on the 8 may not have, probably didn't go over his shoulder. But man, in round 7, I started feeling some of that actual like muscle failure in my hamstrings and in my butt. And I could no longer like explosively get my hips through. And that's something that I'm trying to work back on because I'm nowhere near where I used to be, but I'm working hard at it. And I haven't been doing the conditioning much at all because how my body's felt. So today's probably the first hard conditioning that I've tried in a while. So I can't be upset with 8 rounds. I hope some of you beat me. I hope you guys are just driving on and you're still doing your reps right now. But man, there's nothing that beats the feeling after something like this is over and you actually expending yourself fully. Now, not necessarily directly afterwards because there's a whole lot of like burning and pain that kind of shows up like you're just gonna suffer for a little bit. But then once that passes, you will feel accomplished and like you truly push yourself. So if you ever show up to the gym and like strength didn't show up for the day, as it tends to happen sometimes, especially as you get more advanced or as you get a little bit older. And if that happens, you have to switch gears because the worst thing you can do is walk away from a workout without a win. The win is so important because that is what kind of gives us those dopamine, endorphin hits, those types of things, and make us feel good, make us feel like we accomplished something that day. So if you show up, strength is not there, you can switch technique, but if you don't feel like doing technique, do something like this, and trust me, you'll walk away from the gym feeling like you worked hard, and you will remember this workout if you gave it all. You know what's interesting is that coming into this, I was anticipating a lot of pain. I knew this was gonna be rough, and I had a strong feeling that I was not gonna make it through it. But I thought it was gonna be because of my lungs. I thought cardiovascularly I wasn't gonna be able to keep up, and trust me, that was hard, but I did not expect the muscle failure to get to the point where like my body literally couldn't lift it anymore. Like my lungs, I could have kept pushing a little deeper, but my body, my muscles gave out. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to remedy. If you were able to finish the entire 10 rounds, and that's 55 reps in 10 minutes, that is pretty darn good if you used a decent weight sandbag. I don't know where I got to, not very good at math. I certainly couldn't do math right now. So we're gonna say I did enough. I did what I had. I can tell you that, like when I was in those last 2 minutes trying to get that bag to go over my shoulder, like this bag typically is no problem at all, but it's the same way that like a 5-pound weight can feel like a ton when like your shoulder is completely shot, or and with whatever you're doing. If you were truly at muscular fatigue, then everything gets hard then, and 185 pounds got real heavy real fast. So, but pretty cool, had a good time. I hope some of you are sticking around doing this with me. I really, really appreciate it. Suffering in silence without music. Man, music helps. I'm actually gonna do a video very soon. It's gonna be a long form talking video, almost where I'm just like on my own podcast for a little bit. And I'm gonna explain a question that I get asked all the time is, with all the physical stuff that I've been through, how did I continue to push through? How did I continue to go to the gym? How do I do those things? So I've thought about that forever, and I've never really been able to put it into decent words, but I'm gonna do a video, I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna try to teach people how to build their pain tolerance. And it should be very, very interesting, and should have a lot of helpful stuff that will help you drive further and further into your weightlifting, with your life, with your mental game, with your social game, with your everything game. It should help. So anytime you get comfortable being uncomfortable, outside your comfort zone is where you grow, it's where you change. So you have to be out there in all aspects of your life. So be looking forward to that. I have another cool kind of opinion video where I want to get all of your opinions. And other than that, I'm going to be getting out of here. All right. So I hope some of you found this fun. Hopefully you found it a little bit motivating. Sorry that like you had to put with the heavy breathing and an old man almost dying. 45 isn't what 40 felt like, and 40 wasn't what 35 felt like, but here we are, and we're still getting it done. So thank you so much for all of you who support me, who help me out through the channel, through my website. Everything is just amazing, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do go out something amazing in your lives, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other.